On Saturday, both India and China chose to abstain from voting in the UN Security Council, as Delhi sought to maintain a delicate balance between the US-led Western group and Russia. Both nations spoke to territorial integrity and sovereignty and the UN Charter. In a statement to the UN, Zhang Jun stated all governments' sovereignty and territorial integrity should be maintained, and the UN Charter's objectives and values should be protected. One country's security cannot be at the expense of other countries' security. Ukraine should be an east-west bridge. To T S Tirumurti, India's UN representative, the current global order is constructed on the UN Charter, international law, and state sovereignty and territorial integrity. All member nations must adhere to these principles in order to go forward. While Beijing emphasized its sensitivity to territorial integrity and sovereignty, one of its key foreign policy concepts, India has been the target of China's hostile behavior along the LoC. Since May 2020, Delhi has publicly criticized Beijing's territorial integrity and sovereignty. But China's choice to abstain rather than use its veto with customary partner Russia was unusual. On January 31, China and Russia opposed a procedural vote on whether or not to consider Ukraine at the UNSC. India, Kenya, and Gabon had all boycotted then, citing legitimate security interests that resembled the Russian stance. Kenya and Gabon voted in favor of the US-sponsored resolution, leaving India as the lone abstention vote in the 15-member UNSC. Unlike the previous vote on January 31, this vote was on a draft resolution. India has a history of balancing the West, headed by the US, and Russia. Sources claimed India maintained a balanced and consistent stance. The resolution's sponsors diluted portions of the content to get broader support on Saturday. Delhi and Beijing seem to have worked on it in the previous several hours. From an Indian official source, the resolution was originally intended to be moved under Chapter 7 of the UN Charter, which allows the Security Council to conduct enforcement action. This was omitted in the final voting version. In portions about Russia's strike, they altered condemns to deplores. While Russia rejected the resolution, India, China, and the UAE abstained. The other 11 UNSC members, including the US, UK, and France, voted against the resolution, which Russia vetoed. Sources said India's vote and announcement followed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's phone conversation to Putin. Apart from Blinken, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar also talked to Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba, British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss and EU High Representative Josep Borrell. President Zelensky of Ukraine called Modi on Saturday, seeking political support in the UNSC.